think some kind of brain-machine interface that can give you cybernetic superpowers, I think, is probably good. It could, help people that have brain or spine injuries. Enable people who've never spoken for years to speak again, which we've done. Give people eyesight who have lost both eyes or the optic nerve, or maybe have never even seen at all, blind from birth, by direct interface to the optical centers in the brain. You can actually restore eyesight or give people eyesight that they've never had before. And you can enable people to walk again, which I think is profound. I mean, these are kind of Jesus-level things, like, let's say, like, when technologies are hitting, like, Jesus-level miracles, that's pretty good. I think some kind of brain-machine interface that can give you cybernetic superpowers, I think, is probably good.
This is the neural chip. It's going to allow us to communicate with telepathy, with people, and with robots. No thank you. I'm here at the Museum of the Future in Dubai. This right here, this system, is the first payment implant under your skin for contactless payment. There's a reason that Neo and John Connor tried to take out the robots of the future, because artificial intelligence is here. Yesterday I visited the Museum of the Future located in Dubai, which is architecturally stunning, but it's more of an immersive experience than a museum. The opening date on the space shuttle that you launch from is 2/22/2071 in the future. 222 is my son's birthday. Part of the exhibit was preserving life. They have 2,000 different species that are located in jars that are to extract DNA. It very much gave Jurassic Park vibes. Even had an octopus, or as I call Cousin Bubba, the alien. They had fragments of actual spaceships in there. Here's me on NPC mode. One of the booths you could actually choose to take a mission to go to space, which I would do anytime, if space is even real. But getting back to what I said about robots trying to take over the future, this is a peregrine falcon along with the spider and the robot dog that are designed to collect data. And as you know, the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world that they would use as drones. Now, it's a beautiful museum, and I was always fascinated by technology, but no. This is the neural.
My name, it's not too important.
We're gonna hear some beeps.
What I'm about to tell you, it's extremely important. I'm one of the first people to get a Neuralink implant in my skull. If you guys can see and don't really know what a Neuralink is, it's kind of like an electronic chip from Elon Musk embedded in your skull. At first it was kind of like a Fitbit, kept track of vital signs, stuff that was going on in my body. Eventually it's gotten to a point where I can move a mouse without even touching a computer. I can connect, I can download, I can transfer information. I'm not the only person that has one of these now, and now we can communicate. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the world. Eventually, this technology will be, maybe not in you, your kids, your grandkids. This is what's coming next. Welcome to the year 2025. Have fun. My name.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and...
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where?
Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more.
Do you have any side effects?
Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, the great millstones, to rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. And it's just about June. And the microchip is all over the news. It's all in the headlines. It's all over social media. People are actively taking the mark of the beast. This prophecy is starting to be fulfilled. Now it'll ultimately be fulfilled when it's made mandatory. Like the he looks like an Israelite. He could be an Edomite, could be a Tear, but the one that you saw earlier in the video, he said that this is what's coming to all the world, and that statement that he made is correct, pursuant to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17. And we, beginning with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, are the prophets who prophesied. The word prophesy, pro meaning before, phasai means to say before. We are the prophets, and we have said beforehand that these things were going to happen. And even the fact that we said it beforehand is prophecy in itself. That's in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 9. It says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." Those new things that the Lord declared is the prophecies that were to come, dealing with the advancement of technology, which is prophecy. Daniel chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." That knowledge that's increased is technology. Okay? And now people can go to and fro very long distances in very short periods of time. If I want to get to Tokyo, if I got enough money, I could get to Tokyo by tomorrow morning because of the advancements in technology for both travel and communication. And this micro C-HIP is the future. As you see, the one Jake, I posted the video, he was in the Museum of the Future. So these are the future plans of this devil, the so-called white man, the Edomite man, according to the scriptures. Okay? But that man that you saw in this video, his fate is sealed. His fate is sealed. Okay? He is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, because that's the punishment for anybody that receives the mark. It doesn't matter if you take it out. It doesn't matter if he takes it out. If he takes it out, he's still going to be destroyed. Once you take it, once you receive it, it's a wrap. And I'm going to read the precept right here. And this is more proof that, once again, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the brothers of Great Millstone are the prophets. These other false Israelite camps, ISUPK, IUIC, Watchmen for Israel, whoever else, they're gonna ignore this. They're gonna act like they don't see these videos on social media. Right? They're going to act like they don't see these videos on social media. They're not going to post videos about it to edify you or to say, look, we were wrong. This is the mark of the beast. Don't take it. They're not doing none of that. Clearly, these guys don't care about you sincere believers. Okay? And they're not the prophets because they were not given this vision. They were simple. They called us conspiracy theorists. They said we watched too many movies. They said it's June. Ain't no microchip. That's what the Bishop Nate famously said. You know, however many years ago that was, 10 years ago or whatever. But now it's June and there is a microchip, and there's going to be more people that take it. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand." See, a part of that image is what the Jake was explaining at the Museum of the Future. How this technology is going to be, used, and how, the so-called white man, he looks at it as a good thing. Elon Musk, I put him in the video as well. Elon Musk said that this is going to be used to restore sight to the blind and people who are paralyzed and people who can't think fast. They'll be able to think faster and all of these things. That's a part of his philosophies, which goes with the image of the beast, the image of the system. Okay? The image is the philosophies of the system, which go back to the philosophies of the ancient Roman Empire. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image." So you agree with the philosophies of the system. like that Jake in the video. See, he was with the technology and the idea of what it could do for humanity, so-called mankind, so-called, and that's why he took the mark, because he worships the image of the beast. He obeys it. It says, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So he received the mark in his forehead, the Neuralink brain C-hip. He received it in his forehead. It says the same, meaning what? The same man, the same person, the same individual that receives the mark. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So no, the mark of the beast is not Christianity, like these guys been lying to you and telling you. Okay, because it clearly said that if you receive the mark, then you're going to be tormented in the presence of the angels and the Lord. So all of us at one point in time, well, most of us at one point in time received Christianity. Why are we still alive? And now that we don't have Christianity in our mind anymore, why can't we buy and sell? This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's going to be the climax of this prophecy being fulfilled, is when he calls of all. He makes it mandatory by law to take this mark. And remember, Donald Trump is on record saying that they need a entry-exit biometric tracking system, and they need it desperately. That's what Donald Trump said in his first term. Joe Biden once told Chief Justice Roberts that you will rule. He told the Supreme Court that you will rule whether or not it is constitutionally allowed to put an implantable device inside of your body. You will rule on that. That's what Joe Biden told that Supreme Court justice over 25 years ago. Okay, so this has been in the plans. Okay, Alex Jones had an interview with what is his name? Aaron Russo. And Aaron Russo said that the top international banking families, they want everybody microchipped. That's the goal. Total control. That's the goal. Okay? So those individuals, their fate is sealed and they're going to be destroyed. But we are not ignorant to what this man is trying to do, and we've been warning the flock. This is 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So Satan is not going to get an advantage over the elect of the nation of Israel, the believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We're not going to be deceived by the miracles that this mark can do. Because Elon Musk talked about that these are what he called Jesus-level miracles. We're not going to be deceived by that. That type of thing is not going to deceive us into taking his mark. That's Revelation chapter 19. In verse 20, it says, and the beast was taken, which is the system, the so-called white man's power structure, his system. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So it's with these miracles that he's going to deceive the people that take the mark. Like he said, restore sight to the blind, people who have been blind since birth, restore movement to the paralyzed, restore hearing to the deaf. These are things that this technology can do, but these are miracles through the power of Satan. Okay? It tells you that in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. Okay? This man is coming with let me get that because I'm about to mess it all up. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. In verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And see, you got people that's in the comment section right now. It's a bunch of people saying this is the mark of the beast. This is the mark of the beast. You took the mark of the beast. But the thing is, those same individuals that's saying that, they're going to be forced to take it. They can say that all they want. But see, what's going to happen is the whole world is going to be tested. And the Bible speaks about that in Revelation chapter 3. It's called the hour of temptation, when the whole world is going to be tempted to take that mark. And majority of you people, you're going to know that it's the mark. This is why it's going to be so damning. Okay? It says 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So these are part of those lying wonders. Okay? These are part of those signs. Okay? Which are miracles. Okay? And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Because ultimately you can know that this is the mark, but you didn't receive Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You didn't receive the full message of this truth. And so the Lord's going to give you over to that hour of temptation. You're not going to be able to endure the temptation. Revelation 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And you scoffed at this prophecy when we prophesied it. A lot of you people, you scoffed at this prophecy when we prophesied that everybody's going to be forced to take it. Not physically forced, but the system is going to make it very difficult for you to be an active participant in society without it. The same way they did with the jump shot. But that was just a trial run. This time it's going to be much more serious, much more severe, and there's not going to be any going back. If you don't want to take it, you're going to be cast into prison or you're going to be beheaded. That's where it's going to go, and that's how strong this philosophy and this image of the beast is going to be. That people are going to worship it. People are going to overnight change their mind. You had a lot of people who was anti jump shots before COVID, but then when the pandemic took place, those same people who was anti jump shots, they turned around and rolled up their sleeve because of the propaganda, because of the media, and how strong the image of the beast is. That's how strong they're going to push it, and even stronger. And a part of, and of course, this is a divine judgment. So the Lord's going to alter minds of the people to be able to submit to the will of this devil, but also alter and strengthen the minds of the elect to be able to resist. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That's the Lord strengthening the minds of the elect to keep them from the hour of temptation. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. That word try means to test. Means to test one's faith by an enticement to sin. And that's the enticement to take this Neuralink brain chip. That Israelite, his fate is sealed. He's going to be destroyed in thermonuclear missile. And anybody like him, because America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. And anybody like him is going to be destroyed as well. And the creators of the mark of the beast, the advancers of this technology, the so-called white man, the Edomites, Elon Musk, they're going head first into slavery. That's what the Messiah is coming to do. So Lord, when this is edifying, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Rakakwadash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. Kwame Yasharallah, Shalom.